The brightness of this day has given me the opportunity to bring you this video. Welcome back to my channel, Winking It with AC. My name is AC. So in early December or November? I think it was not like ending of November. Anyway, I did a vlog, and in the vlog I was writing down my market list for the month, and I had actually I got good comments, um, encouraging comments on that video. But anyway, I thought it would be helpful to share what goes into my planning for the monthly shopping. So for me, monthly grocery shopping, or let's say not provisions, like market shopping, going to the Ghanaian local market. So for those of you who are not Ghanaian and watch my channel, in Ghana, it's not like going to, like, if you need, let's say, plantain, cassava, um tomatoes, onions, vegetables, whatever it is. It's not like just walking. It's not as, for me, it's not as easy as just walking into a supermarket like Walmart or Kroger or Aldi, or what are the ones in the UK, and just get your cart and you just pick. You have to go to the local market, and I don't like going to the market. Me, I've said it to several people. You can't shame me. Somebody once said that, you're lazy. I said, I don't care. Nobody gives anybody an award for going to the market. I don't like going to the market. So if I can get somebody to do that for me, peace of mind. And that I haven't gone to the market to do like monthly shopping in years. I think the last time I went was early 2020 or somewhere there. Really. Okay, so in that video I also mentioned that there's a lady, a woman who comes to get my market list, and then she goes to do the shopping for me. She goes to the Medina market, and Medina market is a market I dislike with all my heart. Anyway, so she goes there on their market day, so either on Wednesdays or on Saturdays, and then she goes to buy the stuff for me. And the reason why she goes on market days, once again, for those who are not Ghanaian, and correct me if I'm wrong, market days things tend to be, I guess, slightly cheaper, and that's the day when a lot of, like, I guess, the farmers or the people who bring the stuff from the villages, the food stuff from the villages, bring them. So it's good to go very early in the morning. So what she says is that she goes very early in the morning so that she can actually meet the trucks and then buy it directly from there, so that she gets it at a cheaper cost. So she does that, and then she brings them back to me, and then I do my monthly cooking. So basically I cook in bulk, and I cook once a month at the beginning of the month. So the rest of the month, all I'm doing is just cooking yam, spaghetti, rice, banku, or whatever, to go with the stews and the soups that I cooked at the beginning of the month. Before we had a nanny, I would actually go longer before cooking again. I could go like 6-7 weeks before I would actually do like bulk cooking, because when it's just us, it's just us, you can decide we are going to eat kenke 3 times in a row or something. But once you have somebody else living with you, you have to take good care of the person. So you can't just say we don't feel like eating this, or you get my drift. Anyway, so it's the beginning of the month, and we are back at that stage again where I need to send the woman to the market to buy the items for me. So I wanted to walk you through the process, what goes into my brain mentally, and then the process. Okay, I'm talking too much. So first of all, what I do is I write down the meals that I am going to cook for the month, and then the protein that will go into those meals, and then after that, then I go ahead to write down the things that I need. And sometimes I just look on the previous list that I gave the woman to help me in knowing the amounts that I need to have her buy. So I'm going to walk you through that. I'm really going to just be writing, and then I'll just record that for you. So I hope that it helps you in some way, Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so first of all, yeah, my handwriting is not nice, so forgive me. But so as you can see here, I have consomme stew, groundnut soup, cabbage stew, chicken stew, corned beef stew, and okra soup. So I tend to write down the proteins and whatnot that I'll need for each of them. Chicken stew is a no-brainer. It's chicken. Corned beef stew is a no-brainer, so I didn't write those. But for the consomme stew, I typically use salted beef, tuna, Kobe, and momoni. So I write that down. Initially, before things became expensive, I was actually using both tuna and salmon. For my non-Ghanaians, please, in Ghana, when we say salmon, we are referring to smoked mackerel. So that's why I put that in brackets here. But yeah, so this is what I use for my consomme. And because things have become expensive, I've stopped using the mackerel and I just buy the tuna, because now the tuna has become so expensive. So I'm just trying to save costs. So I've reduced, and I've even reduced the amount of the beef I used to use, because there used to be beef, salted beef in the consumer, but now we've reduced the quantity because the prices are just ridiculous. And then now for our groundnut soup, I have some chicken in the freezer that I haven't used. So I'm going to use chicken, and then I also add some smoked mackerel to it. I just like the flavor that the smoked fish gives to the groundnut soup. So yes, maybe I combine fish and chicken. It hasn't killed me. It won't. And then for cabbage stew, we this is a recipe I tried last month from Abner's World, her channel, and the whole family loved it. I really loved it, and Richard really, really, really loved it. So it's going to become a staple. So up until December, this was never part of my list, but now it's part of the list of stews I'll be making. So with that, I use mackerel. I use the tinned one and then some of the smoked one, and then we also use some Kobe and some momoni. And then for the okra soup, usually it's our nanny who cooks that, and we eat it. Rishi doesn't eat okra, so it's just me and her and the boys who eats the okra. So with that one, we use some crab, willy, and salmon. The crab, now I want to take this out because last month the price of the crab was just ridiculous, but Charlie was okra soup without the small crab too, so maybe I guess I'll just leave that in. So this is what we are going to be needing for the month. Oh, actually I forgot to add, typically I would have jollof stew here, but the jollof stew I made last month, I still have quite a bit left. So I'm not going to be making a new batch this month. So that's why that's not there. So this is for this month of January. So now we're going to move on to making our list, the market list. So this is the list I made last month, and it looks very crumpled because when she brings it back, it's crumpled. So usually when I give it to her, I hope you can see, when she goes, she ticks everything she gets. She ticks if there was a price change. So see, now the tuna is now 35. Is a price change, she will go ahead and write it there so that I know. And then let's see, the crabs, it ended up being 10 cedis. I think she bought like 5 cedis and then 10 cedis. And then the smoked tilapia, I was using that for light soup. What I wrote was 15 cedis, but it ended up being 17 cedis when she went to the market. And then the cabbage was 7 cedis, the curry powder, yeah, and then I typically write the total and then transportation and whatnot, and then she brings me change. So I'm going to be looking on this to help me with the prices that I need to write alongside the things I need her to buy for me. my list for the month. um I hope you can see. I feel like I've left something out, so that's why I didn't complete it and write down the total. So once I do remember, I will be adding that in. Now, if you notice here, I counted out the okra. When I wrote the okra, I remember that last month the amount of okra I asked her to buy was a lot. So we divided that plus the ademe. We divided it into two, and then we cooked half, and then we left the other half so that we use that this month. So there's no need for me to buy any okra or ademe. And the ginger, I bought a big batch in, was it October or so, and I thought that I wouldn't need some again. I don't remember if it was October or November, one of them, but we seem to have run out pretty quickly. We just have a little more left, so that's why I wrote the ginger, because I don't typically buy ginger every month. Yeah, so basically this is my market list for this month. So this month's list is shorter because last month I was stocking up on a few things like paposhito, basically pepper. So there are some things I don't buy every month. Pepper is one of those. Like I buy a lot and then I freeze it. Same for ginger. I try to do that with garlic, but I never succeed. So every month I tend to buy some garlic too. So basically that's my list for this month. I am probably going to switch out the mackerel I was going to use for the granola soup and rather make that tuna. I'll see. But I'm hoping to do a video on how we have adjusted, or how you can also adjust to meet the current economic conditions, because we all know that things have become expensive. So what are some of the things that I have done for the family to reduce costs, or to make sure that we are not spending too much, because already we are being forced to spend way more than we used to spend. For example, like I mentioned earlier, my consumer used to have a lot, like I would use a lot of mackerel, and use a lot of I would use both mackerel and tuna, and then use a lot of salted beef. But that has changed now. Now even the amount of fish I use in the consumer stew has reduced, so stuff like that. So let me know if you'd be interested in that video. Whether you are interested or not, I will still do the video, but I just want to know. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it's been helpful for you. Please let me hear from you in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.